Since my son wanted to say that the literate wanted to lie with his narcissistic characteristics, since he wanted to say that the literate was not in my name and I was not paying it, he's going to have a rude awakening today. I called, I said, since I'm invisible, my literate's going to be invisible. So I put in an order for it to be terminated, stopped today. So that's some extra money in my pocket. And since he wants to hold my things hostage over there, he can hold them hostage in the dark. I'm not playing with you anymore. I'm not giving you free ride on my skirt tail anymore. I had to make my own way through life. I got 2 big gifts from my parents because I never asked them for anything. I paid for my education, $80,000 worth of it, so that I could work to keep a roof over my kids' head. My son was one of those kids. 2 other kids were my husband's children, 6 kids. I worked my behind off to keep a roof over their head. I didn't have food stamps. I didn't work because when I worked, I worked. And as a matter of fact, I didn't even know about food stamps when they were coming up until they were maybe about 16. And I was like, oh, people get this? I could have gotten help. I didn't know that all those years. All I knew to do was work. That's all I saw my parents do, work. I've never seen them use any food stamps or anything like that. I didn't know until I got much older that I could even try to apply for that. But when I got it, it didn't make much sense to really have it because you don't get that much. But after I got injured and disabled, I had to depend, and it's not even much at all. And then they were cut off. I don't know if somebody lied and said, well, she getting this if she doing that. Like someone's always in your pockets, including my son. But still, that's stuff that I have had, and it's just stuff, because it can be replaced. If he needed that badly, that he got to take some, the only thing that my parents gave to me like that, a couch, a sofa, a living room set, and a kitchen dining room table. And the rest of the stuff over there is just stuff I bought. They can be replaced. But since he lied and said that I wouldn't pay an electric bill, which I pay every month. I mean, every month, and I have paid it religiously. It was only 3 months out of two, out of 2 years, maybe 3, that he's not paid. 3 months that he's not paid that electric bill, and I paid it the other time, the whole time. So since he wanna lie and act crazy, the lights will go off today because it's in my name and I have been paying it, and I have the receipts to show it. You have them too, because every time I paid, I sent you the receipt. I said, if you need these receipts, I'm gonna send it to you, and it's got my name on the top of the receipt with the address. I have no reason to lie. That's most of the time when I'm in distress because I'm paying some of his bills, somebody else's bills, getting somebody else trying to keep them on their feet while I'm drowning. But when they get up on their feet, they forget about me. Somebody said, well, why don't you just be selfish and mean like they are? I'm not that type of person. I've never been, but I'm getting to the point where as I'm getting a lot more selfish, doing a lot more for me because helping other people has gotten me nowhere except on empty. And then what they do, they'll stop, they'll stand back, look at you, and then they laugh at you. And when you're down, they want to kick you when you're down. But all the time you were up, when I was healthy, when I was working around the clock, they always had their hands out. But now that it's my turn to ask for something, all of a sudden they scatter and hide and disappear or either become abusive like you've done something to them when their whole lives you've held them up, fed them, clothed them, housed them. And it's not even a thing that I'm looking for anything in return because I can provide for myself. I can feed myself, clothe myself. That's temporary. That's just something that goes round and round in a circle. But the thing that bothers me most is that a person that you gave a hand to then turns around and disrespect you in a manner worse than a person that met on a street, an enemy. And I've never been an enemy to my children. Never. But like I said, what goes around will soon come around. And this is just temporarily, this is just temporary for me. But I'm grateful for being here this morning and away from that mad place where my son was. I just hope one day he gets it right in his head because I have never defamed him. I've never slandered him. Anything I've ever said has always been truth. And I always have proof before I speak. I'm not one of those people or one of those mothers that go around just making up stuff and not knowing my facts when I come in. I come in with factual and firsthand experiences. I don't go by hearsay. Never have. Not with anybody. It's straightforward with me. Because if you ever been lied on, you know it's not a pretty thing. So that's why I don't lie on people. If it ain't true, I'm not going to say it. And sometimes I don't say it unless I have to. And most of the time it's to defend myself and my integrity because it's just a horrible thing to sit up a person you thought you knew, and they stand there just making up and lying on you. And you're looking at them like, I can't believe that somebody that either you call friend can turn their back on you, somebody you thought was a good family member that you've done so much for, could just turn their back on you and say such malicious things and even threaten to take your life. And all you've done is existed. Just exist and be you. But obviously, it's something within them that they don't like. And you irritate the demon in them. Whenever you see a person like that who has to find fault in everything you do, even if you just sitting still, not doing anything, but got to find something wrong, most of the time, it's something to do with what's going on in them. So obviously, he's very unhappy about something. He's very insecure about something. He worries too much about what other people think about him. That's why he reacts the way that he does. I've been around him long enough to know it's always insecurity that's reflected and turned on you. He will call you all the things that he thinks about himself or herself. When you see a person like that, always got to pick out something that's not true about you and keep bringing up and keep doing it round and round. It's like stuck, just stuck in a merry-go-round. That means there is a lot that needs to be fixed inside of them. Because everything they say about you, and you know it's not true, and many people know it's not true, it's some need to be fixed in them. So I just hope, because it's out of my hands now. You can pray for a person to change, but if they don't change, and they've given ample amount of times to change and still don't change, all the prayer in the world is not going to help. Mm-mm. It's out of my hands. It's in the hands of the universe, of the Great Spirit and ancestors. God caused something. My daughter taught to me that, and she's very, very wise. I was so surprised that my daughter was so wise. And she talked in a way where I could understand it. She said, sometimes, Mama, people have to go through their karma. She said, by you stepping in to either help them or to save them, she said, you can't keep saving people over and over again. Sometimes you have to step back because there's a lesson that God wants to teach them. And if you keep interfering, they will never learn their lesson. And sometimes you just have to step back out of the picture and leave it alone. No worries. Just leave it alone. So they can get their karma and learn their lesson and then perhaps move on in life. And I was so shocked. My daughter is extremely, extremely intuitive. And I'm so glad she gave me that advice. She said, just step out of the way. Let them have their karma because there's a lesson that needs to be learned, and you might be blocking their lesson by reaching in to save them every time. She said, Mom, you can't save everybody. And that's true. I'm learning that I cannot save everybody because it's causing me to drown. They're depleting me of my energy. So I'm stepping out the way. I can always replace material things. And I have several times throughout this life. But that's a lesson learned, to just step out the way and let them have their karma. Stop trying to save them. Stop trying to pay for stuff for them. Stop trying to help them along the way. I did all that through their childhood, teens, early 20s. I'm letting it go. So ride, baby, ride, and learn the rest of your lessons. I'm in a safer place now.